Welcome to Bap Music Channel. Bringing to you guys something a little different. It's not going to be another music video release or another soundtrack or anything, like no reviews or anything like that, man. I actually wanted to bring a very special guest on this platform so that we could talk about this whole thing that's going on in the media right now that's affecting a lot of us black people now. I bring to you guys Lucas the Barber, aka the Motivator, aka this is the man right here. And but first and foremost, I'll introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about you so we can,
All right, well, I am Lucas the Barber, artist. I love art, so my major is cutting hair, styling hair, men, women. I've been doing it over 30 years, and licensed. And I've worked in New York, I've worked in Cali, Jersey. I'm actually currently in Charlotte, North Carolina. So just doing my thing, man. Loving to just show love and spread love with my craft. And tie that into, my art as far as drawing and, painting and things of that nature. I apply that to hair and, create art, and so in that process for me, it's a blessing to be a barber, and my responsibility, I believe, is to, show love and share light and to lead and guide the youth into the right direction. I believe that, energy is transferable. So while I'm a barber and I'm cutting your hair and I'm touching your forehead, your mind, your crown, I should be of, good rapport, and I should have a good heart, because otherwise I could possibly be passing off, negative vibes. So, I am spiritual, but I'm not a spiritual barber. I'm just a regular barber, the neighborhood barber, the go-to guy. I ain't gonna say regular barber. Well, that's what they, but I'm just trying to get it there, man. And I do what I do, and I love what I do. Pretty good at it. You're gonna check me out. You're gonna check out my skills. I'm on Instagram at Master Barber Freestyle. Right now, that's the only platform that I'm on. You can check me out on YouTube. That's my other optional platform. It's under The Barber Seat. You'll see a few videos, showcase videos of my work, and actually a trailer to a barber documentary that I'm putting together. So, God, but still working hard, doing above average things, just trying to make it, man.
Right. That's dope, man. And most importantly, I know how much you love your son. Most importantly, this man is the father of a young black man. And which kind of segues over into, why we're here and why we're, doing this this interview here. And really, it's not an interview; it's a conversation,
Right.
And
I don't want no beef with the kids. I got three
young black men.
Sons. Yeah.
So, I just wanted to ask you, man. Where were you when you found out about what happened to George Floyd, and how did it make you feel?
All right, well, most likely was at work, and I heard it, by way of a few of my coworkers, and then, I tuned into social media and I started to see it. I didn't even know what it was about. I saw his image, and because I don't watch a lot of TV, and I'm in a transition in my own world during COVID-19,
right,
and so going on. So, I haven't been tuning into the TV much, but when I learned about it and understood what was happening, I guess my first thought was, I want to see how this plays out, again, and right before your eyes, not just yours or mine, but white Americans as well, our coworkers, our neighbors, our friends, you know what I'm saying? So now that things are transpiring the way that they are, I have, so many, feelings, so many, questions, so many, I don't want to say predictions. I just feel that, this is going to go a certain kind of way. And, if
well, how do you think it's going to go?
Well, I mean, first off, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. Except, people begin to talk about the truth, right, and not ignore it, not turn a blind eye, but really step in.
Yeah, man. I remember when I heard about it, man, I was at home, and I remember I was getting text messages from a couple of my family members and everything, man. And I watched the video, man. I couldn't even watch the entire video. Just how he casually had his knee on that man's neck, and how, people publicly watched this man be executed, man. It broke my heart, man. It's worn on me mentally. It has really affected me, man, in a way that I guess it's just compiled, right? It's one after the next, and then there's one, then there's protest after protest after protest, and then we go into lockdown because of this COVID-19, and then as soon as we come out of where the restrictions ease up just a little bit, man, out of nowhere, man, another black man is murdered, and it killed me, man. It really affected me. And then, I ended up taking off this past Monday because I couldn't even wrap my mind around everything that's going on. We're dealing with another senseless killing, of another black man, and I've been thinking about my son. I've been thinking about my family. I've been thinking about the women in my family, my friends. I don't feel safe, man. Just like when that whole incident happened in New York, it seemed like people were more outraged that the woman had the dog held up, more so than her using keywords like a black man is threatening me. And, it's just like, at what point is there going to be a change where people are paying attention to what's going on in our culture? What's going on in our neighborhoods? When are the police going to stop doing these acts against us, these murders against us? When is that going to stop? So, man, it's been a tough couple of days for me, man. It's been very tough, man. How difficult is it for you now to pick up and with your mental space in the right place and
here's the thing. I think that while I have life and breath in my body, and I have the capability in my limbs and the right mind, thank God, I get up because it's my duty. It's because it's what I have to do. It's what I'm supposed to do.
Right.
First, and for my family. And then for me, the way that I make it through my day-to-day is that I push forward and I go into work with this understanding that I won't be slaved, and I won't be treated by anyone, no matter their culture or skin color.
Right.
And if the conversation comes into play, amongst Caucasian people, of which I predominantly work with, I hold fast to what I believe in.
Right. Right.
Had a conversation with the gentleman that I work with, and I went on to tell them, about, a bit of our heritage, because, they made statements like, it just doesn't make sense. Why are, these people burning up their own, communities and businesses and things of that nature? And so I explained to him, I said, listen, here's the thing, I don't know why they're doing it, but this is the sense that I make from it, and why I don't really feel like, it's a problem per se. I feel like this, look, we patronize these businesses. We make these businesses rich in our community. And the #1 consumer of America is being slaughtered. And nobody that's been made rich by us is saying anything. You're just as bad or guilty or a part of the problem as the individual that did the crime, because you're not saying anything, because you're turning a blind eye, because you're actually accepting it by doing that. So, I explained to them, like, this is why people are doing that. So these businesses aren't innocent, because guess what? If it's being done in your community, you should be out at the protests as well. You should be knocking on the governor's door. You should be voting properly. You should be not even voting properly. You should be actually, approaching the president, approaching the government. You know what I mean? The same way they have, different commercials about saving the dogs. They should have those. They should have already had those well before for Black people. So at the end of the day, let's not, act like you can't see what's happening or the racial injustices. Let's, get to work dealing with some truth. Let's not, tap dance around what's actually happening. So I explained to them, look, the reason that, we're the way that we are and we're handling things the way that we are now is because we are beginning to realize and believe that marching alone just doesn't work, and at the same time, we've come from a place where, from slavery, they just dropped us off. All right, now go to work. All we were ever trained to do was serve. We were never trained to lead. And now we're here in a place where, we're expected to, have the drive to get ahead without the right counseling and healing, without the right, education. From slavery, we went to a mental slavery where they just beat us and battered us to the ground, where, now, we're only fractions of a people and men, through, resilience and, fortitude, we made it.
Right.
And we're making it, but at the end of the day, I just believe that, the direction things are gonna go, or that it is going, is that it's gonna get probably a little violent, and it's gonna really become an eye-opener. But I think that the way that we can save it is if a lot more white people begin to speak up and begin to get out on the front line. I'm talking about not just young people. I'm talking about older Caucasians, rich, average. I'm talking about stay-at-home moms. I'm talking about the ones that, are extra bougie. Stop, drop, your nail appointment, drop your hair appointment. No, we're not going to the Grammys, we going to this rally. The rich and famous, somebody has to speak up for us, along with us, and then push us to that place, because at the end of the day, it's only fair.